Ki khubor ka bate si TV.
Ka umdi basnyam bat penjaslian. Rupa Premium Meghalaya.
Admission open for playgroup, pre-nursery and nursery. Angels Play School, Upper Lachimia, Shillong. Contact 98635 67162 or 6009322
Bull, a specially designed machine that is stronger, faster, more powerful and fuel efficient. Contact Orange Automobile at 977-400-3555 or 961-584-7757.
UMLA UDP na nongpo constituency ba Miral Bonds im Wanrah ya kamat nekran hijin darbar thawan ke jilla holagi jinan kam Wanrah ki kam Pynroi ba pher Khappud kamiglaya bat Assam khamtam e hagabe dei bat kesurang Kleden bon ngut ki UMLA regulation bintalang hagani kamat ban kintu ya ka Sorkar makade Wanrah ki kam Pynroi Khappud knamakan pinsuk ki no shong gi besong masa hakito kithan Haba jubab yakani mintrang ba ka jilla hukanrat ke sangma ulang baga Sorkar la Theh deki Klur Tyngka ban Wanrah ki kam Pynroi khamtam e ka surak ya ka le daga tra PWD road berkumjuk ru ling ba ke interstate border area development program Nalogata ulang ba ha ka be pat ba kishnong bidan Khappud ba ka Bangladesh ru ka Sorkar la le ya ka badan kam berulang bagi border har ki jukhang baro shikat taru mentakila plebyang Walagi border hat kirit namar baga jilonjing man ka sencha khadar Bangladesh Henry ulo ang pat bagi border hat kim khang satya bajan baro klatre kamlun
Honorable Speaker sir, I rise to move that this House do now discuss the ways forward to address the issue regarding the infrastructure as well as to allocate more funds under Interstate Border Area Development Program ISBADP in the state and also to pursue with central government for re-implementation of Border Area Development Program.
Motion moved. You may now initiate discussion. I would also like to know how many members will participate so as to allocate time. Yes,
okay. Thank you, sir. At the very outset, I would like to bring to the notice of the House through you, Honorable Deputy or Honorable Speaker, sir, that the program that has been launched in 2011, that is the Interstate Border Area Development Program. It is one of the programs that has been designed in such a way to address the issues faced by the villages residing in the border areas with the neighboring state Assam in respect of Interstate Border Area Development Program, as well as with regard to the Border Area Development Program, which has been started to address the issues with regards to the villages residing in the international border with Bangladesh. Sir, when we talk about infrastructure and other basic amenities that our villages are facing, there are multiple challenges, multiple issues, but despite of all this, I'm not wrong to say that those villages which are very much there, issues like encroachment in the border areas, be it especially in the interstate border area, as well as at the international border areas where fencing has been done Despite of all this, issues is always there. With regards to the villages under the bordering with our neighboring state Assam, under my constituency, there are almost 35 villages. It may increase in days to come as new villages is coming up. We have seen increasing of villages in different areas also, and the hardship and the difficulties that they are facing in successive years since the inception of our state. We cannot forget the fact that our forefathers who have built our state, they have designed, they have led from the front, so that our state, we have come up to this level we are here today. Despite of all those challenges, we have seen merit, demerit are always there at the time of framing various legislation by the state and the central government. Even though we are not losing hope, especially with the initiative that has been taken in the past, as well as initiative that has been taken presently also. Sir, with regard to the issues, different scheme has been sanctioned by the central and the state government in successive years through successive government. Despite of all this, fund through SRWP, through CMSDF, also is being earmarked and allocated in these various villages for developmental activities. Still, we have seen with the present setup, especially in the interstate border area, where the border talk also has started. It is for the first time. I'm not saying that before talk has not happened. It has happened in the past also. But strong initiative and bold decision has been taken in the MDA-1 government and in the MDA-2 government, where the second phase of talk will start very soon to address this issue, as well as to streamline and to see at the ground what is really need to be done. So with regard to this very particular program that has been designed and introduced in 2011, the Interstate Border Area Development Program, where its aim and objective, as I have said in my opening remark, is providing facilities for the socio-economic development of the people who are living in the interstate border area with Assam. And it is a program that has been designed to bridge the gap and meeting the immediate needs of the people residing in those areas. So, with regard to the implementation of the scheme, there are financial year, there are budget provision that has been earmarked in this particular project. For example, in the recent budget provision in the year 2024-25, the budget provision that has been earmarked is 14.99 crore, where the state level screening committee has approved and the e-proposal has been sent to the Planning and Finance Department for a formal approval and sanction. This is awaited till now. Why I'm raising this issue, sir, is that in the year 2023-24, where the budget provision has been earmarked for not less than 25 crore, subject to verification. And at the time when it was sent to the Finance Department for the final approval and sanction, the whole amount was not sanctioned, where the proposal that has been sent by respective district and passed by the state level screening committee cannot be fulfilled, and the dream and aspiration of the people in border area where it cannot be met as required. So my point here is that the government will look into how to ensure that the budget provision that has been earmarked, it will be sanctioned accordingly for the implementation of various program and project at the village level. Because we understand, as the aim and objective of this program has clearly stated, to bridge the gap and to meet the immediate needs of the people, apart from other scheme and project that has been earmarked through the central, the state, or different scheme like SRWP, CMSDF, and other scheme also. That's why, sir, if the budget provision can be increased, as well as at the same time, I would like to request to the Honorable Chief Minister in charge of Finance that the Finance Department, as well as the Planning Department, they will clear all the project and the scheme that has been proposed under the fund that has been earmarked in the budget, so that we can address few issues like the infrastructure project like road, bridges, to enhance accessibility, trade, transportation in different villages along the interstate border area. Also, sir, to address the issue of socio-economic development schemes at the time when we propose at the district level through different departments, as well as we as elected representatives, as members, we concentrate more on education, healthcare, skill development, employment generation, and poverty alleviation. Also, sir, we understand that when we enhance the budget allocation, as well as earmark the same and sanction through the Finance Department, we understand there is a sense of security within the people of the villages residing in border area. It will boost the morale of the people in those areas and the villages, and it will enhance the security of the people by improving all those infrastructure, communication network, and basic needs of the people at large. As well as, it will also boost the tourism sector also, where different initiatives, nowadays we have seen different villages and area along the interstate border area, in which they have a beautiful waterfalls or rivers or stream or valley and mountain, which can convert into a tourist spot in days to come to uplift the economic activities and the livelihood of the people at large. Also, sir, It will also encourage cultural exchange and integration. Development program can foster the intermingling of the people from both sides, different communities. It will bring closeness to each other. The scheme may include initiative to preserve and promote cultural heritage, local culture, and others. Also, sir, by enhancing the budget provision within this program, we understand that it will also protect and conserve natural resources and environment. This may include measures for forest conservation, wildlife protection, and sustainability of the people who are living in those areas. Also, sir, with regard to the scheme, Border Area Development Program, funded by the central government prior to 2015-16, where it is 100% central sponsored scheme with regards to different infrastructure needs at the villages residing along the international border of Bangladesh. And after 2015-16, where the fund pattern is on a ratio 90-10 between the central and the state government. This also needs to be looked into because it has been halted for a few years. We urge the government, to the Honorable Chief Minister, to the concerned minister, to initiate with the central government for re-implementation of this program, because we understand when it is stopped or halted for some time due to multiple reasons, it will greatly affect the ongoing project as well as the proposed project that is in mind with the villages, with the elected legislator, with the department for implementation for the infrastructure in these particular villages. So my point through this motion, sir, is that we urge and request and humbly request the government through you, Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, for number one is to increase the budget provision within this program, Interstate Border Area Development Program, in days to come, so that it will address the needs of the people at the border area, especially to address with regards to school, with regards to water supply, bridge, road, motorable road, footpath, etc. As well as with a special request that whatever the amount that has been earmarked in the budget provision, it will be sanctioned, the same will be sanctioned through the finance department. Also, sir, number two is that to strengthen the technical wing of the border area development department within the state, so that it could cater, it will have the manpower, the border area development officer, the BADO, the engineers, the ASTAN engineer, the JEs, and other supporting staff, especially in the field, so that we'll have a speedy preparation for estimate, because we have faced in the past that it takes some time, it takes a lot of time for the preparation of estimate also if we don't have a sufficient strength of manpower. So we urge through you, Deputy Speaker, sir, to the concerned department, to the finance department, to look into for strengthening the technical wing, the supporting staff for the smooth functioning for the implementation of these two important programs within a state. Sir, this is the point that I would like to raise through this motion, and I hope that the government, the Honorable Chief Minister, the Honorable Minister, and all concerned, they will take note and to address this issue as soon as possible for the benefit of the people at large. Thank you, sir. I would like to resume my seat.
Thank you. Any other honorable members? We would like to cover all this motion listed for today. So I would like to limit the time for the participant for 10 minutes. So each participant will get 10 minutes. So Balajit Sundram, you may take the floor now.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, sir. I'd like to support this motion raised by a mover, about Mineral Bonds aim. This House do now discuss the ways forward to address the issue regarding the infrastructures, as well as to allocate more funds under Interstate Border Areas Development Program in the state, and also to pursue with central government for re-implementation of Border Area Development Program. So from my end, I'd like to highlight the points in relation to the Border Area Development Program, which extends to the areas bordering Bangladesh. See, first and foremost, this program has helped balance the socio-economic activities, especially in the villages bordering Bangladesh. But in 2021, the program was halted for some reason, and subsequently we were able to get some aid by the state government. And when you look in constituencies like Shela and Mausanram, we are lucky enough that we have this SPVS, Special Purpose Vehicle, wherein we could also utilize the funds from SPV to get some help to these villages which are affected by this program. So subsequently, when we look into the development, because we understand as a government, there are many projects which the state and the central provides to the people. Manrega schemes gives that kind of aid, but it's limited to a certain conditions. Now, with the help of this border area scheme, we can also bridge the gaps wherein the other projects cannot touch. So to say, this program also helps to bring the sense of ownership in the villages, along with the works which we receive via the SRWP and other schemes. So what really happened is, right now, most of the officers who are posted in the blocks, there's BADOs, or right now they're just sitting with no work. The officers who are also there, along with them, they're just sitting idle. And subsequently, sir, when you look into the other programs which we get from this border area, like scholarships, for past 3 or 4 years, students have been coming to us for recommendation for scholarships under this border area development program, but till date, no news as to whether they have received the scholarship or not. So when we look at this trend of what's really happening with the center and the state, we look into the accounts of SSA. Initially, Government of India will sponsor the schemes, and then suddenly they take a break and the burden falls on the state government. So now, even with this same program, I think the same issues are rising. And we have requested
Honorable Chief Minister to kindly look into this so that interstate border area program as well as international, we will get some clarity as to whether we are receiving this scheme again or not. Now, in the past 2 years, Government of India has launched this new program. It's called a Vibrant Village Program, 2023. But this program has been allocated only in states in northern India and one state in eastern India, that is Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. Maybe the government of the day, if we can have again some discussion with the central government as to whether we are getting this BADP program or not, or whether can we avail this Vibrant Village Program. I understand, sir, Honorable Minister, his constituency is also near the border of Bangladesh, and he also knows the difficulties and the needs when we get this program. And so to say, as what Admiral Bond has said just now, in the last year, many of the MLAs who are residing in the border areas, be it state or international, we had submitted some proposals. And we were hopeful at that point of time, because there was a circular in the department to each and every MLA to kindly submit those proposals. And we have done it. But for some reason, only a portion of that fund has been allocated to the constituencies concerned. And therefore, my request to the state government, especially to Honorable Chief Minister, if he can have again, if a state government can have a discussion with the center as to whether or not we are getting this program, or we'll move into another program which the central government has launched in 2023, which is the Vibrant Village Program. So with this submission, sir, I'd like to resume my seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to participate. This House do now discuss the ways forward to address the issue regarding the infrastructure, as well as to allocate more funds under interstate border areas development program in the state, and also to pursue with central government for re-implementation of border area development program. Sir, brought by Sri Meralbon Sim, Honorable MLA from Nungpo. Sir, I have a very few issues, and there is two border area, two category. One is international border, and other one is interstate border. So I'll be dwelling on interstate border. That also will focus on North Garo Hills district as well as West Garo Hills and some part of West Khasi Hills also, sir. Sir, our district share very long interstate border, almost 100 kilometers minus and plus, and touching Bajengdoba. In North Garo Hills, we have 4 constituencies, that is Bajengdoba, Reshu Belpara, and Mendipatar and Karkuta. So there are lots of issues with regard transportation, that is road communication, and some parts are like socio-economic condition. Sir, in regard with the road, we don't have border road connecting with one constituency to another, especially Karkuta with Mendipatar and Reshu. Sir, we are using Assam Road, that is National Highway 37, to enter to our Karkuta From Shillong to Kharkutta, we have to travel with the Assam road, and we have to enter to Meghalaya side to Adokre, that is 12 kilometers. And from Adokre, again we have to come back to Assam and enter Kharkutta, Bajengdoba, Rishu Belpara, as well as Mendipatar. And since we don't have our own road, yes, in the free time, in peace time, nobody cares about road. But the time of crisis, like COVID-19 and ethnic crisis, we are nowhere because there is no connecting link with one constituency to another. So my focus is, if we have road connecting with West Khasi Hills and Garo Hills region, that will be great help for the people, those who are residing in the interstate border. So we have now one big major bridge which is connected with Mendipatar and Kharkutta, and from Kharkutta to Malangkona, that is West Khasi Hills. If these bridges and roads is completed, then it will be easy for us during the time of crisis like Assam Bank and other crises. We can have easy access to one place to another. It's happened, sir, during 2011. There was an ethnic crisis with Garos and Rapas in Assam. It was one incident. There was a marriage party and some argument was there. Ultimately, it broke out with the ethnic crisis. That ethnic crisis is the lesson for us. And through that crisis, we are learning that we should have our own road connecting with Williamnagar, Tura, and Shillong. Sir, we have in Meghalaya, we have a railway station. That railway station now start coming goods train. If we want to transport our goods to other parts of the country, from Rongjeng, from Williamnagar, or from Nongstoin, then we have to enter to Assam and we have to go to railway station. That connection road is about 15 or 20 kilometers from Dainadubi to Mendipatar. That 20 kilometers is lots of hurdle for the transporter because we have to go via Assam. But if we have our own road, yes, there is a road connecting from Damas to Dainadubi, but that road has to be widened. Why I am raising this question is, sir, that we have our own resources and we have our own railway station. If we can make use of it, it will be great help to our youth. Transporting raw material like forest product and agriculture product, even the coal also, if we have transported through railway, it will generate lots of income for the state government as well as for the job for the youth. That will be giving us a boost income generation through this railway. Sir, we have a very important hill like Kwasi Hills. During the time of crisis, timber mafia, they cut down all the trees. Now that hill is nothing left, just the bushes. It was the forest department that looked after that one, and some part of this hill was owned by the community, and lots of timber are there, but now the hill is left nothing but the bushes. So the forest department and state if we can upforest that important hill track, and the road is constructed, that it will be good for us, for the department, as well as creating some job for the youth in future. Sir, regarding one bridge in Assam-Meghalaya border, there is a timber bridge that is connected with Assam and Meghalaya. When our Honorable Chief Minister visited to Khappud, some group of community, they complained about this bridge. It was a very important road connecting with Assam and Meghalaya. And the Honorable Chief Minister, he gave a word to take care of that particular road, particular timber bridge. Then I asked the department to make an estimate, and I engaged one contractor. The file is with the department, and it's still lying for the past 1 year. The bridge has already constructed, repaired, and people are using now. Sir, there are many more issues. Those who are residing in the border area, that one part is to Assam, one part is to Meghalaya, and they are crying that which state we are going to put our feet. And every day the issue is come up that we don't have election identity card. The facility that we supposed to get is not getting from Assam side and Meghalaya side, and they are utterly crying, and their issue is so much that we as a representative, we don't have any idea how to solve it. Place like Kasumari, place like Pinchimari, and the premier village like Santipur and Nisangram, which is a premier Garo villages, they are under the Assam now. And all of them, they are looking that when this issue will solve. So there are so many issues, but the constraint of time, I resume my seat. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for allowing me to participate on the motion moved by Sri Mirabon's aim to allow this House to discuss about the developmental need in the border area. Sir, I got the opportunity to lead the regional committee as the chairman to settle the border dispute in West Khasi Hills. I understand, sir, and I agree 100% that there is need to develop the border areas. I beg to differ with other members if they understand that it is not required to develop border areas. But sir, I just want to tell this House that when we go to settle, to determine this area falls under Assam or under Meghalaya, one of the criteria we see is the developmental activities that happen in that area. We look at the school, whether this school built by Assam or by Meghalaya. We look at the road, whether this road constructed by Assam or by Meghalaya. We look at the footpath, whether the footpath has been constructed by Assam or Meghalaya. Then we decide whether this area, whether this village should fall under Assam or under Meghalaya. So I stand here, sir, to say that it is really very, very important to bring development in the border area, in the interstate border area. Sir, especially the road connectivity, it's so important in those areas. Why I say so? Especially in those areas where we have settled, where the border has been settled between Assam and Meghalaya, we need to build road immediately in those areas, sir. Why I say so, sir? Because you see the population, our population in those areas are thinly populated. Very few people are staying in those areas. Whereas we have very nearby to us, Assam which they are having thickly populated in those areas nearby. And it is tempting every day to encroach to Meghalaya, even though we have settled. That's why it's very, very important if we build road in those 6 settled areas of difference for which we have settled with Assam under that MOU, sir. It is very, very important to build a road so that the road that we are going to construct will determine that this side it will be permanently Assam, Meghalaya, and that side will be permanently Assam, and there will be no more encroachment, sir. But if we don't have road construction, then it's tempting always from Assam to come to encroach Meghalaya. Sir, of course, we have discussed the need to develop at the interstate border. But I want to also to put a special mention on the interstate border, on the international borders, which is very, very important also to develop. We know the facts are that before 2018, the government of India, they allowed to develop the villages within 20 kilometers from the border. But from 2018 onwards, if I'm not mistaken, the development in border area has been allowed only those villages within 10 kilometers. And this has affected many, many places, many, many constituencies. I want to tell you, sir, in my constituency, around 15 villages, those who have got border area development fund before, now they are not getting anymore. And because of this order from the ministry, we are facing problem. Those 15 villages who have seen always the border area development, they do not see border area development anymore now. And they do not know anything. They are blaming this government, sir. This is the problem. So I want to request the government, and especially our Honorable Chief Minister, if he can write a letter to the ministry to allow to develop those villages within 20 kilometers. Because you see, sir, the fact of the matter is like this. When I didn't get from before, I will have no problem. But when I have the habit of getting good things, and then immediately somebody taken away the good thing that I have enjoyed before, so this causes problem to everybody. The same way, sir, if we have committed our standard of living, if we have committed to eat meat every day, and if we don't get meat anymore, we will miss very badly. Same way, sir, all those 15 villages in my constituency who get border area development before, and they are not getting now, they felt that they have been left from the border area development, and they feel very bad. That's why I request the government, not only my constituency, I think many constituencies are facing the same problem. Those villages who are getting the development before, because they are falling within 20 kilometers of international border, they are facing problem now, sir. They are not getting any scheme because they do not fall within 10 kilometers. So this is very, very important point which I want to raise through this motion, sir. And I request the government, especially our Honorable Chief Minister, to write to the government of India to allow again to develop those villages fall within 20 kilometers of the international border. So with these few words, sir, I resume my seat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. I would also like to rise and take part in the motion that was brought by the Honorable MLA from Nongpo, Shri Miral Bonsim, on the motion that this House to now discuss the way forward to address the issue regarding the infrastructure, as well as to allocate more funds under Interstate Border Area Development Program in the state, and also to pursue with the central government for re-implementation of Border Area Development Program. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, as we are all aware that interstate border dispute is one of the very long pending and unresolved issue till date, sir. And going by the record, sir, it seems that the interstate border dispute is more complicated than the international border area, sir. Because as per the record, we can clearly see that most of the border dispute that is happening, that was brought to this August House, it was very much related to the interstate border dispute. So for this very reason, sir, I said that interstate border dispute is more complicated than international border. So I would like to bring again to the notice of this House, sir, as I've mentioned earlier in the previous session, previous year, that in Block 1 area, there are around 36 number of villages. And in this 32 number of villages, all the villagers who reside in this 36 number of villages are Panar people, sir. They are very much our brothers and sisters. And even we share the same title, sir. Because most of the people in Block 1, their title are very much similar, and it belongs to the same with other parts of the Panar people in Jaintia Hills. Their titles such as Thayang, Semayang, Merten, Lamare, and etc. sir. And as I have mentioned earlier, sir, interestingly, even the nomenclature, the name of the river, lake, trees, all are in Panar dialect only, sir. So from this very point of view, it clearly shows that Block 1 is very much a part and parcel of Jaintia Hills district, sir. I've been to this part of Block 1 so many times, sir. And especially very recently, I've been to this part of Block 1 where it was known as Labang Nong Phalut area. And in this part of Block 1 area, sir, there are not less than 9 number of villages. And in these 9 villages, all the inhabitants are Panar people, sir. But whenever I reach this part of Block 1, it really pains to see me, sir, the hardship, the suffering that these people in Labang Nang Phalut area, they are facing till date, sir. Whenever I reach Labang Nang Phalut, as if I feel that we are traveling back in time, sir. It is like traveling back to 1970s, sir, where all the houses in the village are covered with grass. There is no road, there is no drinking water, there is no electricity, there is no healthcare center. Nothing at all, sir. As if it was exactly just like in those 1970s, sir. In all these 9 villages that were there in Labang Nang Phalut, I've been to all of them, sir. And in each and every villages, suppose in a village of 30 to 50 number of households, in that particular village, maximum the number of households who get to cover their roof with CGI sheet, we can see only in 1 or 2 number of households. Whereas the rest, all of their rooftop were covered with grass, sir. And also, sir, it is sad to know from my interaction with those local people, sir, with those local villagers. When I reach this part of Block 1, I used to discuss with them
how many years have your village been in existing? And interestingly, sir, their reply was that their village were there for not less than 100 years. Not less than 100 years, their village has been there in those particular places, sir. But it is sad to know that despite being there for 100 years, in each and every villages, when we check the statistic of their household, their number is only 30 up to 60 maximum number of household in this part of Labang Nang Pulut area, sir. When I ask, what is the reason why your population keep on declining? Is it because the people from your village migrate to some other part of the district or migrate to some other villages? The answer I got from them, there is no migration at all, sir. The reason why that population keep on declining, it's all because of the very high death rate that they have experienced for the last 4 to 5 decades, sir. Recently, I've been to one village where there is one church program, when one small gathering, sir. So I went along with some pastor. So while discussing with this pastor, he was posted there for two years now. So he was tasked with the church to baptize, to give services, to look after those people. And it really pains to hear the story, sir, that he told me the death rate, especially of the young children, it is very high in those part of Block 1 area, sir. He told me a story once that there's one young girl, age about 3 to 4 years. He baptized that girl on a Friday night, sir. And there is no problem at all. She was physically fit, as if nothing happened. But it is sad to know that, as per his information, she was baptized on Friday, but the very next Sunday, just after 2 days, she passed away without any kind of ailment or any kind of disease in her body, sir. So these were the condition that the people in Labang Nang Pulut are experiencing as of now, sir. As I've mentioned earlier, sir.
Honorable members, your allotted time is going to be up, so kindly wind up.
I will not take much time, sir.
Others also will participate and they will need the time.
Okay, sir. So as I've mentioned earlier, sir, in this part of Block 1 area, there is no road, no electricity, no school, no nothing at all, sir. And even in other part of Block 1 area, the main problem that those people are facing as of now is the road sector, sir. Because most of the road that were there in Block 1 area, it's only possible only during winter time, sir. Once the summer time comes, that means they cannot travel, they cannot ply the road. That is one of the major problems that those people in Block 1 area are facing as of now. So, my suggestion is that, sir, I would like to request upon the Honorable Chief Minister, sir, since the time is very much constrained. So I'll come straight to the point, sir. I would like to request upon the Honorable CM as of now. My first request is to kindly allot some more fund for the interstate border developmental program, sir. Last year, as our Honorable MLA from Sheila has already mentioned, we have already got a budget.
Please wind up.
25 crore, but it was cut down only to 5 crore, sir. And point number 2, sir, what I would like to suggest through the Honorable CM and also through the Honorable Minister in charge of border, sir, I would like to request, if possible, to kindly ease the guideline in the implementation process of the border scheme, sir. Because whenever we put some proposal, we are made to follow guideline which is very much against the need of those people residing in Block 1. Say this percentage has to go for infrastructure. This percentage has to go for other activities. So I would like to request to kindly ease the guidelines so that the Honorable MLA who resides in those particular area, he knows better what are the people needs. So that's why, sir, I would like to request upon the Honorable Minister and Honorable Chief Minister to kindly look, if there is possibility, to kindly ease the guideline for implementation of the interstate border program. With this very few words, sir, once again I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. I resume my seat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, as one of the members of this August House representing border constituency, I'm standing here to support the motion moved by Shri Meral Bons Im, MLA Nongpok constituency. This House do now discuss the ways forward to address the issue regarding the infrastructures, as well as to allocate more funds under ISBADP and also to pursue with central government for re-implementation of BADP. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, yes, we all know that the interstate boundary settlement is going on. We don't know when the government can solve this issue. But, sir, I'm very happy to, as I've informed yesterday, this August House, I once again would like to inform this August House that the developmental works in the border area, especially in my constituency, is going smoothly. Last year, in the month of November, personally I met the member of Outermost Council of the Karbi Anglong Outermost Council. Last year, I went twice to Dipu, Karbi Anglong. We had a talk about the implementation of the developmental works in the border area. I'm happy, Mr. Chairman, sir, to inform this August House that I am the first MLA who distributed the work order in public in the border area in front of the member of the Autonomous Council of Karbi Anglong. Therefore, sir, I take this opportunity to urge the state government to allocate more funds under ISBADP. And also, I urge the state government for re-implementation of border area development programs. Mr. Chairman, sir, I would also like to urge the state government, especially the minister concerned, minister in charge of border area, to kindly revise the guideline for the education infrastructure under ISBADP. As per the guideline, No private school can sanction through this scheme. But unfortunately, in the border area, there are no government schools. This is the problem that we are facing, and I'm standing here to request the department concerned to kindly revise and change the guideline with regard to education infrastructure. I will not take much time, Mr. Chairman, sir. Point number one that I want to request to urge the government is to allocate more funds, as mentioned by the mover of the motion and my colleague member, and also, number two, to change the guideline for education infrastructure. With these few words, Mr. Chairman, sir, I once again thank you for allowing me to take part on this motion moved by the mover, Shri Meral Bonsim, MLA of Nongpo constituency. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, sir, for allowing me to participate in the motion moved by Shri Meral Bonsim, the Honorable MLA of Nongpo, that this House do now discuss the ways forward to address the issue regarding the infrastructures, as well as to allocate more funds under in-state border area development program in the state, and also to pursue with the central government for re-implementation of border area development program. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, first of all, I would like to thank the government for various initiatives regarding the development and infrastructures in the border areas and in trying to resolve the border issues. My constituency, Jirang constituency, is bordering with Assam, and we have multiple villages bordering with counterpart Assam. In these villages, sir, we lack different infrastructures, be it road, education, health system, and different other developmental programs, which the people who are residing in the border areas, which they are eager for, to get more development in the villages who are bordering with Assam. The expectation of the people, especially with regards to the border connectivity, roads, and even though many road connectivity that we have been allotted by the MDA-1 government, but still there are many villages which up till now in my constituency that we can go only in the winter season, and I would like to thank the MDA-1 government for one particular village, the very old village of Maudem, which is crossing 250 years. And during that, this MDA1 government, we have got this very important road that have been connected up to Maudam village. And there are many other villages still. Now they are facing big problems regarding with the road connectivity. Raja Kumai, Bilahri, there are two villages which in the rainy season they'll have to go through Assam. I want to put a note on this. And there are many other villages which needs the attention of the government to allot the border schemes, be it roads or with the education, be it school infrastructures, sub-centers, PHCs, CHCs. There are many villages which they have to travel 5-6 kilometers to reach the respective sub-centers and the respective PHCs and CHCs. So my request here, sir, to the government to take more steps in convincing the central government for central state allocation for more infrastructures in the border villages. I would support with the mover Shri Bameral Bon's aim, the Honorable MLA of Nongpo, with the enhancement of fund with regards to the Interstate Border Areas Development Program. This would help the villages, especially the villages who are in bordering with Assam. So, with only these few submissions, sir, I would like to thank you for allowing me to raise certain issues with regarding to the development programs, the border villages, and one more issue, like people who are residing in the border areas, the problems which they are facing regarding the land registration. I would like to request the government so that we can make a sense of ownership for the people who are residing in the border areas. Because people who are residing in the border areas, they have the land, but they are not able to register. It's because of the high rate of registration charge, the fees. So I would like to request the government for reducing the land registration fees so that people who have land in the border areas, they will feel the sense of ownership. So with only these few words, sir, I would like to conclude my speech. I resume my seat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I am also subscribing to the motion moved by Honorable Member Shri Meralbon Sim from Nongpo regarding the issues for infrastructure. For the last 2-3 years, I'll make a special reference to my own constituency and only to the BADP, Border Area Development Scheme. Because this scheme, for the last 2-3 years, it was suspended because no fund has been received from the central government. So I see that since this scheme has been suspended, I see some hinderment in the infrastructure development, especially when we have this scheme. We support the private schools building, the extension of school building, and so on, sir. Because as we know, the population is galloping every year. So students also are increasing every year. So the existing schools need additional rooms or additional halls. Of course, the education department cannot support all the private schools, infrastructure, and even for the government LP school itself, they cannot support all. So with when we can avail this BADP scheme, we can support the infrastructure development of the schools. Number one. And number two, sir, you see that almost 1 year, now the border has come to a halt due to the turmoil in Bangladesh. People are suffering from different economic activities. Because when the border has open, are in full swing, we see that in my constituency we have 2 border huts, one at Lalpani and one at Rangku. Once this border huts are open, I see that last 2 years, in each border hut, we can see the ply of more than 100 pickup trucks. This pickup truck carrying oranges and different items. So the volume of trade, once the volume of trade is increasing, so automatically and proportionally, the economic activities of our people also, the income generating activities of our people also are increasing. So I request the government to take a dialogue with the central government that this border has be open so as to see that our transaction, economic activities between the 2 states, between the 2 countries will take place. And number 3, sir, I see that the villages in my constituency are sparsely distributed, dispersely located, very far from one village to another village. And in one village, farmers living in a village, they have to trek down the hills, trek down to go to the orchards, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers away from the village. So in that way, on their way, especially in the rainy season, they have to cross so many streams. We need footbridge, suspension bridge, especially in the border area. I think even the chief minister is so aware of the hardship faced by the people in the border area. And he has kind enough to grant some sanction for me, some infrastructure. So I wish him that he should consider more this time. And especially in rainy season, even especially in border area, if we go from one village to another village, we have to cross the stream. We have to cross we have to go not by a footpath. We have to go by a bond through a paddy field. So it makes the hardship very difficult for the people, living people. They are facing a lot of hardships, sir. And also that due to this hardship people they are facing, the hard work they're working, people they try to migrate to the urban areas because of the less opportunities. So implementation of border area means it is not only that we create the infrastructure, we also give employment to the local people. So I request the state government to consider for pursuing the central government to see that this BADP be re-implemented in our state for the benefit of our poor people living in the rural areas, sir. and even roads infrastructure from one village to another village. It is not only that the PWD road has connected all the villages. That's enough. No. From one village we go to another village. We usually don't go by car, sir. We go on foot because if we go by car, it takes a long way. Instead of going trekking, it is a shortcut way. So in the course, we cross so many streams, we cross so many rivers. So we need so many infrastructure like footbridge, footpaths, and so on. So sometimes it happens when I visit some villages. At the entry point of the village, I see that yes, it is a new civilization. I see new schools, new community hall. But if you go down to the south of the village, you see like an old civilization. Why? The old schools, dilapidated condition. It becomes like a shelter for the animals. It becomes shelter for the cows, for the goats. So we need to support all these things, sir. So I request the government to think it seriously on this issue, and we wish to see the light of the day that this scheme be re-implemented very soon. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker, sir, for giving me to take part in this border problem. I will be bringing only problems of my constituency that I'm facing in my constituency. Sir, last MOU had been signed by both Assam and Meghalaya government, and then they had agreed Tharabari sector to be included in our Meghalaya, sir. Now, after signing, then Assam government already closed the schools and shifted other teachers to Assam, and now they are having without any schools, sir. That problem, how can I solve? I don't know. And then another problem is like this: those students from those areas now they are facing a lot of problems. They are going to South India, they are going to study in Assam or Shillong or somewhere, but they want document like Aadhaar card or some document they want. Now every day they are coming to me also, I cannot solve what to do this thing, no? Then my request is from the government, then how can we solve all this problem? Some are studying in college, universities, and now they want document. Some also have deleted all the election ID card also, and now they are living like refugee only. So until unless government enroll Aadhaar card and enroll election ID, so they are facing a lot of problems, sir. This is my request from the government, sir. What way we can solve all this problem? This is my request to the government. What way we can solve all this problem to that area, Tharabari sector. Now they are facing a lot of problems. Students are facing a lot of problems because they don't have any document from Meghalaya. They are studying everywhere. So these are the problems that we face in my constituency. And another problem, last time I have informed to Chief Minister, and then Umtli village under Krasai area, there are some government is trying to measure the land, and they are forcing the public to measure. They are coming to measure the land from those areas. They are bringing some police. At last, they don't agree. I always advise them until unless we solve the problem, border dispute, we cannot solve this problem. I thought like this. So they are also replying like this. So until unless government side solve all this problem, border dispute, will not measure the land, will not allow to measure also. They are replying like this. And after that, they have to tell them. If we don't agree, we'll be bringing army and measure forcefully from this area like this they are telling. So these are the problems in my area that we are facing. That one door complete under Langpi sector, sir. These are the things. And then some JJM scheme also still to be implemented around 4 villages. These are the problems. So I don't want to discuss much, but I'm just bringing the problem that are facing in my constituency, sir. So in this regard, I would like, I would highly appreciate if our government intervene with Assam government, sir. These few words, I conclude my speech, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, at the very outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Member from Nongpo for having brought this resolution. And I also would like to thank the Honorable Member from Ramrai, Honorable Member from Masunram, Honorable Member from Mokayo constituency, Honorable Member from Jirang, Honorable Member from Mohati, Honorable Member from Kharkutta, Honorable Member from Nongkrem, Honorable Member from Mokurwat, and Honorable Member from Shela for having participated in this very, very important resolution. Sir, while I will take time to reply to this particular resolution, to this motion, sir, I would just like to urge our honorable members from the opposition that this is a time where we're giving a time to all of them. I'm thankful they've just walked in. But it's good, sir, if we can all be present in the House. While we bring the points forward of our concerns, I think it's important to also have the patience to listen to the replies. Because a lot of homework goes into this. These are very important issues. And while we raise the issues, we debate them. And therefore, it is only fair that members be present in the House. Sometimes we have arguments that we're not giving enough time, and we have arguments that opposition is not given time, but we are seeing that the presence also sometimes is not there. So I would urge, sir, I'm thankful to all the members from the ruling that they have participated very actively, and also they have shown their presence and seriousness in the House today. Sir, having said that, I think what is very important in this issue is that there are two aspects to this entire problem, sir. And that's the reason why I have selected and desired to reply to this particular motion myself. So because there are aspects of development that are there. There are aspects of hardship that the people face. There are aspects of issues that come with international border. And there are issues that come with these interstate border, coupled with the boundary areas of differences that we have with the state of Assam. And hence, this is a very complicated and very broad discussion that we had today. And I really, once again, would like to thank the honorable members for the points they have mentioned. Sir, I have a written reply. I will not go through it because as I felt that it is important for me to specifically mention and address the concerns of the MLAs directly rather than giving them a very long reply and speech. So I will try my best, sir, to cover the different points in a generic manner. May not be able to cover everything, but I will try to at least address the issues that were raised, sir. So first and foremost, the issue that came about the issue of development as a whole, sir. And I am in total agreement with all the members who are present out here today, who have participated. So development will be a pillar for all the other aspects and issues and problems that the people face. And hence, it is absolutely necessary that development is given top priority in the border areas.
So having said that, while there are special programs for the border area development, whether it is at the international border or whether it is at the interstate border, so development comes from different line departments. And though the flexibility and special focus through the border area schemes and interstate border area schemes are there, sir, I just want to share that the departments, the line departments, are also doing the different development works that are required. For example, the Honorable Member for Mawsyngram was just mentioning that there is a border road that goes from Dangar to Rinku, covering the entire border area, and thousands of people reside in that particular zone. And that area has not received any kind of funding from PWD or any kind of road construction being done for the last at least 25 to 30 years. And the roads were in a very dilapidated condition. And so as a government, we decided, along with the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, that that road needs to be constructed. And hence, through the PWD department, we sanctioned 50 crores for the construction of that particular road. And that road would used to take more than an hour and a half to 2 hours to cover. Today, because the road has been constructed, within a matter of 20 minutes to 30 minutes, the people of that particular area are able to reach the different villages or reach the two extreme points, that is Dangar to Rinku, within a matter of 20 to 30 minutes time. And therefore, sir, in spite of BADP, which had a total funding, just to share with you, sir, BADP scheme, which the honorable members have been mentioning about, the scheme of the Border Area Development Program, which has been referred to a number of times. In 2016-17, so there were projects of 40 crores for the entire state that was taken up. 2017-18, again 40 crores for the entire state. 2018-19, 25 crores. 2019-20, 50 crores. And then 2020-21, 16 crores. Whereas under one scheme itself of PWD, we sanctioned over 50 crores for the development of a border road. So my point being that we cannot only look at development from the border area schemes alone. You have to see the overall sanction of the different line departments, be it PWD, be it PHE, be it education, so on and so forth. The overall development is being looked after in the border areas to whatever extent possible in terms of the budget provisions. But I do agree that the Border Area Development Program and the IASDP program, the ISBADP program, are important because they are more flexible. They are more untied in nature. And they allow the MLAs to provide specific needs which may not be covered under the line department. And hence, I do agree that these schemes are important. And hence, sir, let me give an assurance in the House to all the MLAs that the remaining amount of schemes that were meant to be sanctioned, the 25 crores that we had sanctioned or rather approved under the border area development, and the rest of the amount, about 20 crores, which has not been yet sanctioned. So let me give an assurance, it will be sanctioned this year. I give the assurance to the honorable members because we are committed to the development of the people living in the border areas. Development is absolutely necessary, and this government is committed to ensuring all-round development, and we will ensure that the people living in the border areas will get the benefit of that. Not only that, I also assure you
that we will be increasing the amount, whatever percentage we can. I cannot share the whole details right now because the budget will be presented in the next few days. We will be giving some more importance to the schemes. As I said, the interstate border area development program. We will ensure that more support is given. Sir, I can see you also nodding because I know that your constituency also will be affected. So I can see that smile on your face. And I'm sure that all the other friends who are bordering the interstate borders, all the MLAs also, and the public at large will also be happy. And we will do our best, sir, to ensure that we are able to take this forward. I was very happy to hear the suggestion that came from our MLA from Mokurwat. I had just had a small conversation with our Deputy Chief Minister. The fact, sir, that we were able to resolve the issues to a large extent in the border areas, in the disputed areas or areas of differences as they call it, is something, sir, that we are very happy about in one way, and it was a very challenging situation that we faced, sir. And as correctly mentioned by the Honorable MLA from Nongkrem, that for 53 years the people of this area had been suffering. And nobody had taken initiative to really find a solution to this long pending problem for 53 years, as mentioned by the Honorable Member from Nongkrem. And it is only this government, the MDA government, that took the bold step to say that yes, it may be a difficult situation for us. And yes, politically also it's very challenging. But then, that is the responsibility that has been given to us by the people of our state. And hence, we will work towards ensuring that we find a solution so that there is long-lasting peace in these areas, sir. And I'm happy that we were able to take these discussions forward, and today we have been able to sign an MOU and find a resolution to 6 of the locations out of the 12 locations. A lot more to be done, sir. And we're not saying that we have been able to resolve everything. It's complicated. Very complicated. Many governments in the past did not even want to discuss it. But at least this government decided that let us discuss, let us find a way forward, find a solution and move forward. The Honorable member from Ramrai, he mentioned, sir, I don't know how many of you heard him speak, but he was mentioning in his speech that in the Tarabari sector, the Assam government had got full administrative control. The schools were run by them. The offices were run by them. The power department was providing power out there. But once the resolution took place, and once we were able to get all the villages under Tarabari sector into Meghalaya, thanks to the committee where I remember Mr. Rennington, our MLA from Mokurwat, and so many other members were present, had worked tirelessly, going from village to village, which had never happened before. Never ever. The meetings used to take place, as mentioned by honorable members from Nongkrem, that meetings used to take place in Shillong, in Secretariat. But this government was different. We went down to the village. Our committees went down to the villages, met the people, listened to the plight of the people, talked to them, asked them what do they want. And people desired at that point to come to Meghalaya. And we were able to find a resolution to this based on the will of the people. And that is how we managed to move forward. And today, in Tarabari, as mentioned by Honorable Member, that the Assam government has completely backed off. There are no teachers today in the schools because they have given the responsibility now to Meghalaya. And yes, I take this valid point. I think the point that mentioned by the Honorable Member is absolutely valid, that we need to immediately take action. some action has been taken. I just want to share. These are also things that are quite new in one way for us. And therefore, some steps were taken, some more need to be taken. So let me give an assurance again, sir, in the House today, that all these issues where the manpower is required, where the infrastructure is required, where we have to ensure that the road connectivity to these villages, where we have managed to resolve the issues, so we will work on war footing to ensure that we are able to provide all these services to the people living in those areas which have now been resolved, sir. So therefore, this is again very, very important, and I thank the honorable members for bringing this particular point up, sir. Sir, regarding the BADP program, I'll just give a small brief on this, sir, that the Border Area Development Program, which was again a very, very important program as we heard from all the members, this is mainly for the international border, which is the border with Bangladesh. And I had mentioned earlier, sir, that we have been receiving an amount of anything between about 40 crores to about 50 crores in the last few years. That is annually 40 crores in 16, 40 crores in 17, 25 crores in 18, 50 crores in 2019, and 16 crores in 2020. And then after that, the Home Ministry had informed us via letter number 12/16/2021-BADP, had conveyed to us that the BADP scheme can be continued only up to 30th of September 2022, as the program is set to be reviewed by the ministry. And that is when this program came to an end in one way, because post that we have been communicating with Government of India, but we have not been getting any kind of confirmed response from them about the project or this particular program starting again. So therefore, we also are awaiting, but it doesn't mean that we are just waiting and watching. We are continuously engaging with Government of India. Sir, as rightly mentioned by the Honourable Member from Shella constituency, that there is a program called the Vibrant Village Program. And recently, Government of India has, for the start, they have included villages from Sikkim and Arunachal, sir, mainly bordering China. This project has been started. Again, sir, the third assurance, let me give an assurance to the House and the members out here that I will take up this matter with Government of India and ensure that Meghalaya is also included in the next phase of the Vibrant Village program, sir. We will take it up at the top level and ensure that this program comes up and Meghalaya also benefits from this particular scheme. So therefore, sir, we will follow this up and will ensure that these particular aspects are taken up. Sir, apart from that, the different issues that have been raised by different members, again, as I said, I will not be able to go into all the specific details of all of them, but there were one or two points which I thought was important for me to again cover out here. And one is, of course, the aspect of what the MLA from Ramrai had mentioned, that if there are some issues where certain officials from the bordering state have been coming in with forces. So let me also just share with you that this is a challenging situation. I think we all need to accept that this is a challenging situation. It's not easy. And for the past 53 years, this kind of situation has fluctuated, has been volatile, and also there have been different incidents that have taken place, sir. But having said that, I think what is important to note is that the process with which we are moving forward in a positive and a constructive manner is something, sir, we have not seen in the past many, many years. And I'm not saying that it is a perfect situation, sir. Being a complicated situation, It may not be perfect, sir. But the efforts that are being made by this government have been like never before. As mentioned by the honorable member from Mohati in his last debate that he was mentioning about the debate with in the governor's address, he mentioned that there were certain issues and problems that we were facing in Block 1, Block 2 area. And within a matter of seconds, right sitting there in my office, through my personal mobile phone, I called up the CEM of the Karbi Anglong District Council. I called up the Chief Minister of Assam, and there and then we were able to resolve the problems that are there. What I'm trying to say, sir, is the kind of relationship that we are trying to build with our counterpart, the dialogue that we are trying to build. It's not easy, sir. It's a very complicated situation. If it was easy, I'm sure it would have been done in the past. But as mentioned by so many members, for the past 53 years, we are not able to resolve this problem. We are at least making some strides towards that in the given circumstances, in the challenging circumstances. And that's the kind of situation today that we face. And therefore, I've always urged our members. I know that our honorable member from Mogayo, he will tell you, sir, I receive calls from him at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. And he'll tell you, sir, that most of the time I pick up the calls, even at 6, 7 in the morning. And that even if I can't pick up the call for whatever reason, I will call him back within an hour's time, because I know that a call coming in at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock means there is something serious that's there. And that's the kind of channel that we have opened up. And that is how these solutions are achieved, sir. These are very complicated problems, but it is only through dialogue, through confidence building, through the trust that we are able to find solutions. Yes, I am sad that there have been incidents, and I'm not saying that while we're doing our discussions, that there could be small tensions that could build up in certain areas. So it is but natural, because these kind of problems have been there for many, many decades, sir. It takes time to heal. It takes time to build the trust. But because of the kind of work that we've done in the past few years, we were able to, for the first time in Mauhati, there were 6 or 7 schools that the Honorable MLA came and said that, sir, there are no schools out there. Yes, it's an area of difference, but can't we give something from the Chief Minister's Special Development Fund? And no development has ever gone. And let me share this with the House, that there was a program of CM Connect I had in Bhoirambong. In that CM Connect program, there was a lady, very, very passionate. I can't remember her name right now, but she mentioned about those schools to me. And this was before the Honorable MLA from Mauhati came and spoke to me about it. So immediately when the Honorable MLA mentioned this, I remembered that the CM Connect program, where in Bhoirambong block, this lady was passionately advocating to put up school buildings in these areas of differences where the children are suffering. And we had to speak to our counterpart. And there and then, as I said, we spoke to the CEM of the Karbi Anglong Autonomous District Council, and very, very happily, he agreed. And in fact, the time when the foundation stone was being laid, members from the Karbi Anglong District Council also were there. Our Honorable MLA was there. Our officials were there. And this is how, sir, the trust is being built. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, there are differences. Yes, we have to still find a way forward. But at least we are seeing a situation where there is a cordial relationship. There is some sense of peace. And whenever some kind of tension erupts, there is a channel through which we are able to resolve and be able to compromise in those situations. So therefore, sir, we need to look at this in a positive manner. Let me take this opportunity to tell all the members who are especially staying in the areas of differences that you know that you have a direct hotline with me. I never not pick up your calls, and I'm very accessible. I urge you that you don't have to hesitate. If there is ever a situation in your constituency where our people living in the border area are facing any challenge, any threat to their safety, security, I will be the first person to take the step to ensure that we are able to protect them. So please feel free to contact me directly. They have been doing so, but I think it's important that I mention it on the floor of the House today, in this August House, that we will ensure that we will do everything in our capacity to be able to protect the safety and security of our people living in the border areas. So with a caveat, as I said, that there are challenges. I am not saying that there are not challenges. There will always be difficulties. There will always be situations. But what I'm trying to tell you, sir, is that whenever such situation arises, we will not shy away. Whenever such situation arises, we will be there to ensure that we do whatever in our capacity to be able to give that protection and that safety to our people. So a lot of work needs to be done. I'm aware that in the border areas, we are having certain concerns when it comes to the overall infrastructure in terms of the manpower. But let me share with the House that the manpower required for the border outpost, adequate manpower has been sanctioned. When it comes to the infrastructure that is required in the different border outposts that are there, again, sanction has been given for the border outpost. Wherever the construction has not started is because of the issue of availability of land or a consensus on the location where this particular BOP should be built. And therefore, we are working on it, and I do seek the cooperation of all our local MLAs in that particular area. Wherever there is a delay, and wherever you feel that there is a necessity for us to increase the presence, sir, again, I assure the House that we will take necessary action to do that. And wherever the BOP constructions have started and are going slow, please, get back to me. And if the locations where the BOP construction has not started yet, once again, it must be because of the location and the specific area and the consensus on the land availability. For example, in Mukro area, we are having a small issue because the villagers want it in a specific area, and we are trying to work out on where we'll be able to do it so that we don't disturb the overall environment of safety and security out there. So such cases could possibly be there, but I would urge the local MLAs to please take the initiative and to coordinate with our home department and ensure that these are completed. And whatever other support needs to be given, I will be happy to look into those areas also, sir. Sir, some had mentioned, I'm going up and down because different MLAs had mentioned the points at different times, that there's some guidelines they wanted some relaxation in terms of the Interstate Border Area Development Fund. Sir, of course, these guidelines are made with specific purpose in mind. I don't want to give an assurance that I will definitely change them because I'll have to speak to the department and the officials and the Honorable Minister about it. But definitely, sir, we can examine it. We'll examine, and wherever it's possible, to give some relaxation to meet the larger purpose of being able to give development at the grassroots level. We'll be happy to examine it, and wherever possible, sir, we will look into the matter and try to improve or amend the different requirements that are there. Sir, there was also a proposal about the registration fees. So this issue also, sir, we have been examining. And again, as I said, I'm not giving assurance right now in the House, but yes, this is being actively pursued, and we are actively looking into this issue, and we will examine this in the best possible manner so that we are able to move forward. So there was an issue about the border huts in regards to Bangladesh, and just want to share with the honourable members so that border huts have started reopening in most of the parts of the state. So most of the areas, the border huts are already active. There is no reason for the border huts not to be active. They may not be having the kind of volume that they had before the situation in Bangladesh, but they are opening up, and slowly and steadily normalcy is returning back. Wherever the honorable MLAs are facing challenge, again please coordinate with the district administration. They have been given specific instructions to facilitate the process of opening up of the border huts. So there is no reason for the border huts to be shut. I have personally intervened in 2 to 3 cases, and now they are functioning. So if you do not get response from other areas, once again, you are free to always contact me, and I will ensure that we are able to take this matter up also. So these, I think, mostly have covered the issues and concerns relating to the overall resolution, this overall motion that has been put up by the honorable member and the different members who have participated. And once again, sir, before I resume my seat, I would like to give the assurance to all the members who have participated and all those who did not participate also, that the different schemes that are related to the border area development, especially the ones that are under the state budget, we will be ensuring that we give more funds to it, and wherever the funds have not been released, I will ensure myself and make sure that the funds are released at the earliest. And as I said, for the future also, we will continue, not just from the border area perspective, but also from the line departments that are present out here. We will ensure that we are able to give overall development to the border areas as mentioned by the honorable members. So with these clarifications and with the assurances, I once again thank the members for raising the different issues. And with that, sir, I would resume my seat. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable members who moved the motion, may I seek a little clarification if you need.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to place on record my sincere thanks to the Honorable Chief Minister who have taken the initiative to present a very broad and constructive response in this August House. Thank you so much, sir, for the assurance that you have given. And it is the fact that despite several program and project schemes from different line departments, that different constituency they have received. On top of that, be it road, be it water supply, be it education, the Honorable Chief Minister have assured that to enhance the budget provision for interstate border area development program. Thank you so much for this. At the same time, sir, I would like to thank you for reaffirm again for 2023-24 that 25 crore has been earmarked, where around 5 has been released, where another 20 remain, where you have assured that you will release. At the same time, sir, for the budget provision of 2024-25, where the proposed amount is 14.99 crore, where we're still pending with the finance department. I hope that this will be released as soon as possible. With regards to the guidelines, sir, it is a fact that there are different sector and parameters that is looking after, but I would like to emphasize that the department will emphasize more to relax on the guidelines where the percentage, certain percentage has been earmarked. For example, for road and bridges, for education, for agriculture, for skill development. So we need to earmark more, especially like infrastructure, like road and bridges, education. These are the main focus point that the department has to look into. At the same time, sir, with regard to the issue from now on, we have heard that even with regard to the border area development program, where the assurance has been given, like the new scheme like Vibrant Village that has been implemented in other states, will be pursued by the state government. Thank you so much for the assurance, and we'll hope to see in days to come that despite of all the challenges that we face in the border areas, and at the same time, I would like to urge to all the honorable member through you, sir, that in this difficult situation, especially when the government is seriously pursued for the second phase of talk with our counterpart Assam, let us work together, let us, across party line, we have to come together to pursue the matter so that the phase 2 of the talk between two states will resolve, as well as the villages which falls under this border area also, they will get more infrastructure through the assurance given by the Honorable Chief Minister to earmark more fund in the budget provision. With these few words, I would resume my seat. Thank you.
Thank you.